day, Shave Cadre. Handle Barber Dave here. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for their patience as we transfer to the new software, and we hope that you're really enjoying it. Secondly, as some of you know, I've graduated from barber school. I'm just waiting on the state board exams to get my master barber certificate. So things have been busy around the casa, plus the weather has been interesting. We had a foot of snow less than a week ago, and then it was in the 80s, and then tomorrow it's going to be 50 again. So go figure. Anyways, today is going to be an all British shave. Basically, the tool that we're going to start off with today is my 5/8 George Wostenholm IXL Celebrated from the early 1900s. It's been restored. We're going to be using Penhaligon's Bayolea shave soap, as well as the Bayolea Aftershave and Eau de Toilette. For our brush today, we're going to be using a collaboration brush that was out quite a while ago. I picked this up secondhand from Tom. This is a Paladin Chief. This was a collaboration between Sabini and Paladin shave brushes. It's got a white blonde badger brush in it, which is really, really nice. I will be stropping the razor 3 times today. I've already done the pre-stropping, and we'll go ahead and get started with a lather. The Bayolea shave soap, as is the case with most triple milled British soaps, can be a pain in the butt to get a good lather on. So with this soap, as you can see, it gets foamy real fast, but it takes a while to build up into a creamy consistency. So I'll take a little bit more time. The brush does need to be a little bit drier to create that pastiness, but we'll also create that on the face once we get to that point. Anyways, we hope that you've been enjoying the new software. There's been just a few bugs, but really all in all, it's been a very, very smooth transition. I've got to throw kudos out to Chad and especially Chris for all the hard work they did. I've been somewhat absent with school and everything else, but hope to be back in the saddle full time here pretty quick. So as I still load this, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get ready to do my hot towel treatment. And I'll rinse my face. And then put a light coating of lather. And this is just to get the pores activated, the sebaceous glands. And we'll go ahead and do our hot towel treatment. And then this will also go to be our cold towel later on. So then we'll go right to the face lathering. Like I said, any of the triple milled British soaps can be a challenge to get a good consistent lather. Mitchell's wool fat being probably the one that gives people the most trouble. But if you start out with a little bit drier brush, have a pasty consistency as it goes on, and then add a little bit of water to pump up the lather a little bit, you'll be in good shape. And pre-soaking the puck doesn't hurt. And as has been written before, the more you use these British hard soaps on a consistent basis, the easier they will be to lather. Add a little bit more water. We're good to go. And I always preheat my blade. That old adage, a hot knife through butter, is actually very true. Which I've probably said that a billion times. Okay, first pass. And I've got about, 3 days worth of stubble because I was sick. This is a very quiet shaver because it's a wedge. And you don't see a lot of 5/8 wedges very often. Okay, there's pass one. And I'll strop the razor. Now, usually I only strop the razor, and I think I said this on a previous video. I strop the razor 10 times on linen, 10 times on the leather between each pass, because it does keep the razor a little bit keener. So excuse me a second. Okay, I'll close that up, rinse. And go and prepare for pass two. And there's plenty of lather, as you can see. Okay, pass two for today will be cross the grain for me. Now, you'll get some people that say that you only use 1/3 of the blade. Well, I disagree. I mean, you hone the blade across its entire length. Therefore, why not use the whole blade? Okay, pass 2 done. We will go ahead and rinse out our sponge. Strop the razor one more time. And 10 on leather. Close her up while we get ready for a third pass. Okay, and then lather for our third pass. One thing you will notice about the British hard soaps is that you will definitively get a thinner lather each time, which is really what you want anyways. So I would challenge anybody that says that British hard soaps are not good, except for maybe a few. Eucharist from GeoF Trumper being one. That has still to this day stumped me. I can get a lather out of it, but it's not the greatest. But that's really the only one that I can think of besides the original, or besides the newer versions of Crabtree and Evelyn that are just junk to lather. But any of the established names, whether it be D.R. Harris, whether it be Penhaligons, Mitchell's Wool Fat. If you spend the time getting to know the soap and you prep the soap correctly in the beginning, you'll get a good result. Because like I said, even with that 25-second or 30-second load, and I'm done for the most part, except for a little bit, I've got enough in here to do quite a number of more shaves if I had to. Okay, and our final pass. And if you don't have a wedge, get one. Doesn't matter what configuration, whether it be 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. Get one. They don't sing like a hollow blade will, but the smoothness of the shave is just tremendous. I also find that they're easier to hone. Of the ones that I've done for customers, my honing customers. Although they all come out good, the wedges come out stellar. The only thing you have to be careful with a wedge if you zap yourself with a hollow, you know it. With a wedge, since the weight of the blade is somewhat heavy, you don't always know that you've nicked yourself, case in point, till you see the red trickle, because it's such a smooth cut, which makes it interesting. But all in all, the shave is just tremendous. Okay, we're going to do a final rinse, see if there's any spots that need attending to, just a couple. And this really isn't necessary. I could get by with this, but those of you that know me know that I can't do that. Okay, one side done. Yeah, it's funny how sometimes you don't get the hair that you thought you got, even though it looks like the angles of the razor are the same, but it's just that minute change in detail that gives you what you need to get that final BBS shave. Now I'll strop this razor 25 and 50 on leather, and then I'll also, well actually before that, I'll do 30 laps on the trans arc just to keep her sharp. So we'll go ahead and rinse with cold water. And as most of you know, I use kind of two aftershaves. One is a vanishing cream made by Lucky Tiger. I find that the aloe and the mint really set your face up nice, and it's what I use with my cold towel. And basically I just put that much in and I emulsify it. And then rub it into my face. This would probably be considered like a rest facial in a barbershop, because I'm going to follow this with a cold towel. And it really invigorates the skin. The aloe softens the skin, and the mint and the menthol really cool the skin down a lot. So then I'll take an ice cold towel, which I've been soaking in cold water, and that'll act as my first rinse. Now in the summer months here in Arizona, I'll have to put this in the refrigerator. Then I'll do a cold water rinse. And that just leaves the face feeling just wonderful. Pan a little bit. Then I'll move on to the Bayolea aftershave. Now, Bayolea is an interesting concept. It's been one of Penhaligon's most popular scents for men. What they did is they took a traditional barbershop lavender scent, added some fruit, added a couple of different other spices and so forth. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful aftershave. It's got more longevity than some of Penhaligon's stuff, because I know that that's a that can be a killer to some people buying Penhaligons. It can be fleeting, but the Bayolea actually has pretty good longevity. And then you couple that with the Eau de Toilette, the EDT, and you're in good shape. Now what I'll do now is I'll take my neck duster and my Menin talc, and this is a neutral talc, and it's vintage and it works. They don't make talc like this anymore. I wish they did, but they don't. Then I'll be a little bit liberal with the Bayolea Eau de Toilette in the 7 points that you guys all know I use. And that's it, folks. Another barbershop shave at home. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the forums.